We've had a really amazing summer harvest, and so I thought I'd make some focaccia. It's going to be made with sourdough, so got a bit of starter in there, some of the flour. Just going to pop that up. So first of all, I'm just combining the sourdough with the flour, and then I add a little warm water in, and then add about a teaspoon of salt. And that goes. And then once it's mixed and kneaded, I'm just going to cover it with this bees wrap. We do sell this in our store. It's a really great product. You can use it time and time again. Your hands just warm it, and that seals it over the bowl. These are some of the fresh vegetables that we picked, so I'm going to take a selection of these. These peppers are so good. We won't use the aubergine, I don't think, the eggplant. Some fresh rosemary, and then I'm just going to strip down the peppers, give those a fairly rough chop, and then these beautiful little tomatoes and a red onion. Just give that red onion a rough chop as well, and just remove the tomatoes from the stalks. Right, the bread has risen after being in the bowl for probably a couple of hours. Now I'm just going to pull it out, and we're going to stretch it. This will be the first stretch, then it'll go back in the bowl, and we'll leave it to proof for probably another hour or so, depending on the temperature. So what I like to do is just really stretch it out, and then just bring it into the center, giving it as much stretch as possible. That gives it really great structure. Once that's all done, that'll go back in the bowl, and that's been resting or rising for about another hour. So in a pan, plenty of olive oil. I'm going to pull that risen dough out, and now I'm just going to stretch it out to fill the pan, a bit like you'd do with a pizza. So stretch that all out, plenty of olive oil, and then with your fingers you make the little dimples in the dough, and then we're going to add some of those herbs, the rosemary, and those lovely vegetables that we've picked from the garden this morning. So the red onion, the peppers, and finally the tomatoes. And then I'm going to set that aside to rest for maybe another hour, and then just before it goes into the oven, it's going to get some Maldon salt sprinkled over the top. I've got the oven preheating to about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and as soon as the dough is set with the salt on, that's going to go into the oven. It's going to bake for around 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And when I pull it out, you see it's that lovely golden brown. Just check underneath that it's cooked. Slice it and serve it. Enjoy!